Coming up next on The Jeff Crilley Show, she went from a shy little girl who used to hide behind her mom's skirt to this outgoing entrepreneur who is shaking up Dallas's social scene. Her incredible story just ahead.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is The Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, I haven't always been outgoing. I remember as a child I was fairly shy, but then in high school I met a guy who inspired me to be more outgoing, and it changed my life. It brought me into television news and then later into public relations and running a very successful television network. And I owe a lot to that guy. Somebody who knows my journey because she lived it as well is Jewels Clarke. She's the CEO of How to Be Social. Thanks for coming on the show.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
Well, I can't even imagine, she stands 5'11", but in heels is like 6'2". So she has this very powering, presence when she walks into a room. But you weren't always so confident.
No, I actually wasn't. When I was younger, my mom would actually have to push me out from behind her legs and say, "For God has not given you a spirit of fear, but of love and of peace and a sound mind." And anytime I get scared or I feel like I'm uncomfortable, I just remember my mom doing that for me and remind myself that there's more strength and power from overcoming than from being fearful.
I love it. Okay, when did you think you made the change? Like in high school, were you shy? In college, were you shy?
It's interesting. I'm very comfortable with my shyness. When I was in high school and in elementary school, I was bullied quite a bit. And so I didn't have as much confidence as I do now. When I got to college, though, a lot of things changed. I was on a full-ride basketball scholarship. I did student government. I was part of Gamma Phi Beta sorority. And I won homecoming queen at my college. I genuinely just wanted to be a part of something bigger than myself. And I think that is what catapulted me into the confidence that I have today.
And you studied journalism, you studied public relations.
I did, yeah.
You are in the communications and marketing space. But I want to transition into the networking world because you head up How to Be Social. Tell us about How to Be Social and how did it start?
Oh, thank you for asking, Jeff. How to Be Social started as a small blog back in 2017 when I was just graduating college. I had undergone some unfortunate circumstances, which if you really want to watch and hear all about that, it's on my YouTube. But I'll skip forward a little bit. I started that company and I just wanted to inspire people to be the best that they could possibly be, reach their full potential. And I actually started working at D Magazine and Dallas Innovates.
Nice.
My good friend Quincy Preston, longtime mentor, has always encouraged me to be authentic, encouraged me that I'm a good listener, and just to be around other great people. And the great people that I met were artists that did not know how to do business, Jeff. I loved them. They were inspiring. They were weird. They were wacky. And I just wanted them to get what they were worth. And so my first event that I ever did was called Succeed at Any Age because I saw a lot of young people that needed an opportunity. The crazy part about that event is that there's a lot of people in any part of life that need an opportunity. People that are maybe wanting to change out of their corporate jobs, people that are maybe wanting to change into something a little bit more fulfilling, a little bit more creative. And so we had people from the age of 15 all the way into their late 60s and 70s at that first How to Be Social event.
Wow.
That's when I realized there is a need for this. People want this. People want this kind of community, and they want to be fulfilled and creative in what they do.
Yes, we're going to pull up your page. So as we scroll down the page, talk to us about how you serve your clients. You get them placed with different kind of experiential events or describe.
Yeah, absolutely. as we're scrolling down the page, you're seeing all of our wonderful artists, and who we are is a collective that shares resources and knowledge. And when we come together to do bigger events, like our friend Adu Anais, who you met recently, put on a huge event called the Rain Experience, and we raised over $2,000 for her in her artistry and to give back to the creative economy. Some of the smaller events that we do, 5 to 15 people, very grassroots, is all about getting people connected so that we can do greater experiences and create a larger impact.
Wow. Okay, tell me one of your favorite stories, a success story.
I would have to say the first thing that comes to mind is how we got a contract with the Virgin Hotels. And that all came down through the power of mentorship. And truly and honestly, I have to shout out Chris Norbit, who's now out in LA doing an incredible amount of entrepreneurial feats. She and I met when she was doing PR at the Jewel Hotel and for Headington Companies. And I remember just being so impressed with her. I was so young on the scene, and I just didn't even know how to ask somebody to be my mentor. At the time, I was just like, I don't know how to do this, but will you be my mentor? And I think that tickled her just the same way it tickled you just now, because it was just so bold. It was so like, oh, she's so green. She does not know what she's doing. And I think she took a fancy to me and took a fancy to that. We worked together on a couple different events over the years through How to Be Social, through her different properties. And it was always a great success. And when she started doing PR for the Virgin Hotels, she brought me in because she knew that what we were doing was creative, grassroots, and on the foundation of having good mental health and friendships and community.
Wow. Well, you're a bold leader, and I encourage everybody to follow her on her different social media platforms because you're always coming up with these great tips. Let's go ahead and roll one now.
If you're trying to build your income, community, and happiness, then listen to this. You don't need to be the next coolest thing. You don't need to be hopping from trend to trend. What you need to do is build community. Find people who you vibe with and invest in them. Don't be scared to get emotionally intimate and learn what their goals and dreams are, because the more you do that, the more you grow together and build empires.
Well, I love it because you, Jewels, have the heart of a teacher. You really do love to educate.
Thank you.
We found another video. We're going to roll this, but I want you to kind of describe this entrepreneur event because this happened a few years ago.
Sure.
Tell us what we're looking at right now.
We are looking at an event that was done by How to Be Social and Bumble. And, this one's actually WeWork. Yeah. WeWork and I have partnered to do multiple events. This one was a panel that was How to Be an Entrepreneur. My friend Tim, Christiana, and I'm blanking on his name right now, but he was actually the youngest of all of us, 18, building a couple of tech companies at the time. And I just wanted to bring together this panel to show other artists in our community, hey, this is how you do business, not only as an artist, but as an entrepreneur.
That's so important. And she's also a TV star because I caught an episode of Good Morning Texas that featured you. Let's go ahead and roll that clip.
This is called the Modern Romantic. So we have Jewels, who is a CEO of How to Be Social. And so this look is really about delicate fabrics, things that give movement. And you know, at the end of the day, when you walk into a room, you will command everyone's attention. And it's very comfortable. So if you need something for vacation or a networking event, or you just going on a date night, I think it's something that every woman of any shape or size can wear.
I don't think Jewels has any problem commanding attention with that dress or anything else on.
And it's a wonderful color. You know, it just brings her alive. So I love that.
So pretty. Okay. Thank you, Jewel.
Wow. Now, have you done some modeling? I mean, you're tall.
Yes, I have. Actually, I'm a big believer that you can't teach what you don't know. And I've actually walked New York Fashion Week as a freelance model. Wow. That experience was actually brought on by a friend named Erica. She's a stylist here in the DFW area and does tons of movies and short films and things of that nature, the entertainment business. She had asked me to step up and be a model, which honestly, I do from time to time, if the opportunity is cool and right enough. But it was kind of out of the blue, and so I said yes to it, and that's just been a great addition to my personal portfolio as an artist and creative director.
Sure. Well, you've got your hands into so many different projects right now. Why do you think you were born? Have you figured out? This is a deep question here. Have you figured out why God put you on the planet?
Absolutely. It's the reason why He sent Jesus back, to love. That's it. Like, at the end of the day, as long as I am expressing love, and to me, love is I don't know how many people here are like religious or whatever, but I keep it very simple for myself. God is love, and we are supposed to love above all else, which I think is the artist way. And we're supposed to love our neighbor like we love ourselves. The more I take care of myself, the more that I feed my curiosity, I just go after it. And I am who I am, loud, a little bit wacky, and sometimes a little bit introverted, maybe a little bipolar at sometimes. On all honesty, though, that is what has made me as successful as I am today and how I'm able to lead and teach others people. And it's all because I just love who I am. I love what I do. I love the people I'm around.
Well, you make every room brighter. We met a few weeks ago for the first time, and I said, I have to have you on my television show. I'm just curious about what makes people tick. So in the final couple minutes or so, I want you to look into that camera on the left and give some words of encouragement to the young entrepreneur, the shy girl or guy out there. What would you like to leave the people with?
Absolutely. And one of my favorite reasons that he's asking this question is that his top YouTube video was about motivation. So let's go. My number one piece of advice is be yourself. At the end of the day, if that is what you're searching for, if that is what you're looking for, you will always be successful. It's going to be hard, but don't be scared. Just be curious. Do it. If you have an idea in your head, write it down, make a post about it. It doesn't matter if it's perfect. If it's a first draft, just do it and be who you are. That at the end of the day is going to give you more success, more fulfillment than anything else in your life.
Wow, that's a mic drop moment. We're going to end with her website, which is howtobesocial.blog. The great Jewels Clarke. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thanks, Jeff Crilley.
That's it for now. We'll see you next time.